is the energy of not forcing things to happen, but to receive the guidance, to receive the blessings, to receive the energy of creation. Because the energy of creation is not, I may do this. The energy of creation requires us to be open to what is possible. Welcome to Message from Your Guide. My name is Karen Kartika. I'm a transformational coach, holistic healer, and a channeler, here to deliver you insights, inspiration, and ideas from your spirit guides. These are light beings who are here to help us, guide us, as we're walking through the path of self-realization, meaning being the best version of ourselves and achieve the dreams that we have set for us here on Earth. Today, I want to remind you that being alive is a privilege. Having this breath still running in our lungs and keeping us steady in our body, health, being able to do the works that we do. I'm being in front of this camera, delivering these insights, inspiration, ideas from spirits are also a privilege. And often we forget and we choose to be in a place where we're running around in worries and doubts and all the stress and overwhelm and burnout and sufferings, thinking and believing that's the only way to go as human. And it's not. Our privilege is to live this beautiful place that we call Earth. It's a privilege to be here. It's a privilege to be of service to you. It's your privilege to be of service to other people. It's your privilege to find quality of life that fits you best. It's a privilege to find quality of beings that brings the best of you. It's a privilege to do what it is that you want to do on Earth. The dreams that you have, the goals that you create for yourself, these are all privileged. These are given to you as your birthright. And continue be in that flow, my friend, because the illusion is that we're here to suffer. And if you look at all the ancient teachings, you will understand. And you might have also read it for yourself, that we are love. We are here born as part of God. We are given life by God through His breath. And we are here to be here. We are nothing written on any ancient teaching, spiritual teaching, religious teaching that tell us to do bad things, to suffer, to be bad to ourselves. In fact, remember in the Bible it said, bless your body, bless the house of Lord, bless the house of God, take care of it, nourish it. And we always think that the house is the house that we see, like this place, right? A building. Well, in fact, the house is also this. This is the place that our spirit resides. So it's a choice. Living in the privileged way, and if you are triggered with the word privilege, then you probably want to also reflect on why you're getting triggered. Because if what I'm saying is true, is whether or not you call it privilege or being able to exist in this physical realm, it's a choice how you are being here. That if you are granted a space to be, just like you're given access to the best place on Earth that you want to be. I don't know, maybe Disneyland, right? You're given access. Yeah, you might have to pay to enter, but you're given access to enjoy Disneyland, best place on Earth. Would you then walk into Disneyland complaining and like, oh, long line, I don't want to do this, it's too hard, nah. Or you'll be like, oh my God, I'm in the best place on Earth, I'm in Disneyland, I'm gonna take advantage of all the rides. I will do it. Even it's hard, even you have to stand on a long line, but you see the change of being present in the way that one that you're like, oh, but this is so difficult, it's so hard. Well, the other one is like, I'm in the best place on earth. I'm gonna use this time because our existence on earth, what is true and already said is that we're born and we die. What we're gonna do in between is really up to us. That's what the willpower is for. You can choose. Would you then, being given this place that will only happen in this lifetime, because that's the only thing that we can remember, will you then choose to be like, you're in Disneyland? Would you choose to then, oh, so hard, so hard. I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. And then you die. Or you're like, I'm going to use my time here because this is the best time, because that's your, all right, not all the souls are probably celebrating being on earth, because we do still have to walk through what we call the lessons, right? The experiences that we as soul want to experience, the good and the bad. But we have made that commitment to be here to experience them all. We can experience it with full heart, knowing that this is the only chance that we are going to be here. There's no rewind, there's no edit, there's no coming back to it. Or you're going to do it in a way that something happened to my camera, so I'm going to repeat that. So are you going to use this time knowing that you have all this privilege, or like, would you enter this space knowing that there's a limited time, that what's guaranteed to us is an end, that the minute that we're leaving this place, we will never come back to the same place or remember it exactly the way it is. There's no repeat. Will you then go into it with, I hate everything, and feeling torn, sad, depleted, what am I supposed to do, nothing works and all of that? Or would you then say, I'm going to give it all because I have limited time. I'm going to go with whatever I am being called to do, right or wrong, whether I'm going to be rejected or I'm going to be accepted, I'm going to fail, I'm going to succeed, I'm going to thrive, or I'm going to lose. Because all of these are just experience. I know I'm talking about philosophical thing. However, I feel like I'm calling this to you. I'm sharing this to you because it's so easy for us to forget that our time here is limited. That if we continue to focus ourselves on being negative, sad, angry, frustrated, nothing work, then you will continuously be in that place. You're taking life as if, like you've seen this in Disneyland too, right? And or like choose a place where you know it's the best place on earth. Oceans, vacation places, right? You're in a vacation group trip, or you go to concert. You're coming to with expectation, and you know this is like gonna be the best 2 hours, 1 week, or whatever it is that you experience. It's like, because it is that the energy of life. And then you see people who are going into Disneyland, going into vacations, being in the vacation group, going into this beautiful place on earth, and they're choosing to be suffering. Like, oh, this is too hard, this is too hard, I have to walk too much, this and that, and you complain the whole time, and then you're looking at them like, why did you choose to be here? Why are you here? Why are you not seeing the beauty? And you might say that to that person when you're there, but I included will also have this kind of thing when I'm being in a different place that I don't feel comfortable in, or I'm like, today I just want to be moody. I want to be sad and angry and frustrated. And I've been there too. But it's a choice, because life, if you look around, it's beautiful. Sun, the sky, the trees, the water, the oceans, the people around you. These are all beauties. These are creations. These are art. We can choose to see them however we want, especially with people around us, especially with people close to us. We can choose to see them as them not meeting our expectation, or we can choose to see them as just beautiful human beings that they are. And at any moment, I can choose to look at them differently. And at any moment, I can choose to invite them into a different experience, because I want to know, is there something else that we can create together? So it's an invitation, before I'm going to the card, to look your life as a privilege, to look your life that there is an end date. At any moment, there's an end date, that we will expire. You might not see me tomorrow. And what are you going to do with this time? Do you want to choose to look at the rotten thing about life and feeling rotten because that's what you choose to see and experience? Or would you give yourself a chance to see life in a different way? The one that is true, the beauty, the art, the being, the well-being, the niceness, the unlimited potential and possibility that this place can give us. So, and before I go to card, if you resonate with these messages, then the message is something that you probably need to hear. If you get triggered, then it's something that also you need to look at. Anything that triggers you, including what triggers me, it's always a point where I need to look into the mirror and look at myself, what I have not been given myself, what I have not nourishing or giving love to myself, the part of me that I kind of hate, put aside, and not wanting to look at or love. And any triggering that comes from somebody else is always a reflection back to me, to look deep into myself, what I need to embrace, not to suppress, not to let go, not to cut, but to embrace more, to share, to give, to shower it with more love. Because there are part of us that sometimes we feel like, why are you here? Well, in fact, it's just us. It's just part of us that makes the brilliance of who we are. And the more that we can accept that part of us, the more brilliant we become, the less triggered we are. So if this message resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, take what you can, leave behind the rest, and let's get into the card. I am still working with 3 cards. These cards I want to play. And just want to share one card that popped up. It is in Human Design Gate 2. This is the most feminine card because they all have the I Ching symbols are all feminine. So if you can also see the symbols in the card is a cup, right? A cup receiving something from the universe. It is the card of receiving, receptivity. Is the energy of not forcing things to happen, but to receive the guidance, to receive the blessings, to receive the energy of creation. Because the energy of creation is not, I may do this. The energy of creation requires us to be open to what is possible, to receive the guidance, the insight that comes from the universe. The universe is here, and we are just channeling creation, basically. So the more that you can lean in into this energy of being receptive, the more powerful you are as a creator. 3 cards, and I'm gonna pull 3 combination of cards. Tune in. As always, I invite you to breathe in, connect with the card, and notice if it lands in a situation, or maybe it lands in your energy center or maybe in part of your body, because the message might be related to those. And I'm also channeling some energy healing. So if it does go toward your body, energy center, or including situation, know that the energy is being sent from the universe to help heal the situation, the illness, or whatever it is that you're going through right now. Okay, we ready? Okay, I'm gonna split this deck. Okay, so card combination number 1. There are 3 cards here. And this is card combination number 1. Take a deep breath in and out. The eyes open or close. And notice where this card lands in your body or your energy center, or maybe a situation that is going on with you today. Wonderful. Combination card number 2. There are 3 cards. And again, take a deep breath in. Notice if this is a clear yes or no, and where this is landing on your body or energy center or situation that's going on with you. And combination card number 3. Notice if this is a clear yes or no for you at this, with this card combination 3, and where it lands in your energy center and your body or situation that is going on with you today. Card 3. Okay. Card combination card number 1. We have cards gate 7 on human design, which is leadership. Leadership from the heart. Look at that, Leo. And then card number, oh wow. Card number 35 in the Wisdom Oracle deck. And it said, loyal heart. And we all know Leo signify loyalty, royalty as well. And look at how the owl is wearing the crown. And then the last one is home. Card number 10. 7, 8, 10. Okay, so I'm going to start with the leadership, because this one popped up right away because of the color, because of the number itself. 7 is a spiritual number. So are you being asked and called to take leadership in your spirituality or being a spiritual leader? Doesn't mean that you have to be like a guru or a teacher or anything like that, but just in your own life, where are you taking leadership in your spirituality and being who you are, in being your most authentic self from the heart and lead from the heart? Because we have so many leaders, and we have leaders who are doing things because of ego, because of what they believe who they are and what kind of leadership they want to portray. Anytime that you're trying to be somebody because for a reason more than, hey, I am being who I am, and because I am being who I am I'm being I'm being a leader that is true. Being who I am means I know that I can lead others to also be the person that they are. Because honoring who you are and being authentic who you are, then you also are aware that other people are also, they are. They can be authentic for who they are. And being in the leadership that comes from the heart knows that you honor other people because you know that they are who they are. You're not trying to make them becoming like who you are. You don't force them to yield or to see you and to honor you only and not honoring themselves. Like they have to give themselves to you. That's not the kind of leadership that I'm talking about here. The leadership here, because it's a leadership that is authentic, that comes from the heart, you can start to see and honor other people for who they are, and being able to see and honor other people to then blossom and contribute from who they are, authentically who they are, being what they are, their strength, their courage, their talents, their skills, and creating a movement. Or doesn't all, like, leadership doesn't mean that you then become a leader, that be a public figure or anything like that. Leadership can also be in your own family unit, where you're taking leadership as being who you are, that allowing other people then just be who they are. And because of that, you as a family unit is stronger and thriving, because of each of you are being given the space to lead from within, to be present, and to be present, and to be comfortable and confident in expressing and becoming who they are truly. And the loyalty is not force. The loyalty is not obtained. The loyalty is not paid. The loyalty is from the heart, because when you are sitting and leading from the heart, you magnetize people in. That when you are being true to your heart, you give space for others to relax, to be around you. They don't have to make it so, like, they don't have to force themselves to be around you. They don't have to act to be around you. When I was studying acting, one of my teachers like, stop acting, just be. And we're like, but we are actors. But we don't want to be in a space, even in acting, where we're pretending, where we have to force ourselves to pretend to be somebody else. Because people want to be with people who they can feel safe, who can feel they can be who themselves. They can feel they can be themselves. So this leadership requires leaning in and be loyal to your own heart. Be loyal to who you are. And it feels like home, because 10 is 1, 0 and 1, completion, fullness together. And and this too is what creates the feeling of being at home with yourself. And you can be anywhere in the world, you can be living in whatever situation, but when you are in your heart and you're taking leadership and being who you are in your own heart, you always feel like home. You always feel you belong. You don't seek and look and force yourself to belong to places where you feel like you need to fit in. That drive of always looking for belonging is no longer there, because you're comfortable being in your own home. And if you are leaders in companies, communities, when you are leading because you are creating home within yourself, then you are attracting other people magnetizing and creating space for other people to also feel at home. Maybe they think that, oh, I feel at home with you. I love your leadership. You make me feel comfortable. But what you're actually creating is that they can also be at home with themselves. Okay? And combination card number 2, we have presence, gate number 20 in human design. We have no place like home. Interesting, there's another home. And this is card number 50 in the wisdom of the oracle. And then we have card symbol air, card number 28. 10, 28, 5, 50, 5 plus 0, 5. And then 2. Oh, 20, 50, 20, 50, and 28. 20, 50, 28, 10. I can play with numbers all day long. It might mean something to you, it might not mean something to you, but hey, I'm just gonna read what what's in front of me, okay? You've been thinking a lot? The air sign. Air wants to always go round and round, and it never settles. And thoughts, if you think you can stop thinking, then it's like you try to stop your own breath. Try to okay, I'm not gonna breathe. It can only last so much, because breathing, thinking, it's a way of, it's a natural way of being. You can't stop thinking just as much as you stop breathing. The Buddha might, because it's, especially the meditation. I can't meditate. I can't quiet my mind. I can't stop thinking. Yeah. Why force it? Why force thinking? Air. Because there's a reason why this is also a strong element in nature. Because we need thoughts. We need air. We need things to move. We need things to, informations to flow. Flow, right? It needs to flow. The minute that you make it, like this, thoughts here, and they're having conversation all the time, and becomes like a, have you ever seen like a yarn that got twisted because your cat was playing with it, and it's just like, when it becomes like that, like a knot in your mind, and you're not paying attention that thing is imploding within your mind, and in that implosion then dictate how you feel, dictate your words, dictate your action. That's what's becoming an issue. And that's why the gate present here shows up. I wonder if there's something here that you've been thinking over and over, or maybe something that is unconscious with you, but it dictates your habits. It makes you do things that, you know what, I already know I need to stop eating, but the minute that I sit down and about to time for dinner, I turn on the TV and an hour passed and I didn't stop eating. So there's something there. That the thought, there's something in your mind that it created something that become a habit, because the minute that you're doing it, it becomes automatic. It becomes automatic. So the invitation of Gate 20 is to be the observant. If you know meditation, and I know there are type of meditation that will tell you to quiet your mind, but meditation is actually about observing. Meditation is about changing your focus. Meditation is about shifting your focus from aware, from not aware to aware. Because once you're not aware, it's what you're going through life sometimes, automatic. You go from one point A, point B, and you didn't even realize how you get there. From sitting down to then overeating, you don't remember how it gets there, right? Meditation is about observing what is actually running in your thoughts, in your mind. Because the minute that you shed lights in what is running in your mind, then you started to see, okay, there are things that evolving within your mind that makes you, that create that habit of reaching for maybe a snack, reaching for Netflix, reaching for whatever they are, right? The habits that are being created from the running minds. And this can also be the running minds that keep you fearing things like, I don't want to go and talk to this person because maybe they will reject me, maybe they will talk bad about me, maybe they will do this, blah, 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 blah. And because you're hesitating to talk to this person, even though you know you need and want to speak to this person, then you're creating a jungle inside of your own head, and the energy is not flowing. While in fact, air element needs to flow. So, and there's here, no place like home. And it's up in the sky, and it's like there's a tethering of a root from the house up here into earth. I wonder if there's an invitation for you to come back to this present moment, because the present moment, the house is where you need to come back to find a way to ground yourself into what is true, what is real. There's no place like home means that it's what is giving you comfort, safety, realization, reality, space for you to be present, to be who you are, right? Whatever it is that you're observing, whatever it is that's running in your mind right now, find a way. I know you're probably like, oh, do I need to meditate? Maybe you do. In fact, from looking at this card, you may have to learn how to meditate. Because in meditation, then, like I said, you start to see what is true for you, what is running your life, what makes it becomes a habit, and start to see where you can find a way to ground yourself. Because the minute that you ground yourself into reality, things happen. Okay? But if you continue being up here, like it's a flying house. What can a flying house do being up in the sky? Then you're going to continue being stuck up there in the illusions of thoughts, imaginations. And if you're having problem manifesting, it's because you're up here. The house is up here. It never get grounded into the physical plane because you have a lot of ideas. You have things going on. And then you're like, but nothing works. I continue doing something over and over repetitively. And I know it's not supposed to be that, but I can't manifest the thing that I really want. I can't change my habit. That's because you're up here. You're stuck in your own psyche, imagination. So grounding yourself, finding present moment, observing present moment will bring you down, will give you that thread, that rope to pull you down on earth. And when you come back and ground it, then you start to be able to shift the habit, change the habit, because you have more awareness what needs to change, make it real, make Make it real in the body, move your body, integrate it in the body, do things in the body, and things will manifest. Because air element cannot manifest without earth element. So find a way to ground yourself, work with people who can help you to learn how to be present, to observe, to shift your focus, to change your focus, to embody things into practical, grounded ways, so that you're not always up here and you can tether down and manifest what it is that you want in your life. Okay? If you need more explanation on this one, or you need help, this is what I do with my client, is to help them access their subconscious, because the subconscious are the ones sometimes that are running the show, and being able to bring into the body what needs to be released and what needs to be integrated, and the integration is the one that then put it back into the body as a solid foundation for creation. Because without this, it's, you have a lot of great ideas, but this is probably why you can never manifest things the way that you want it. Okay? All right. And we have the last combination. I'm just gonna shake this because I love the color, look at the color, vibrance. Okay, so we have boundaries, and this is number 26. We have gate of shock, number 51, in the sign of Aries, and we have here and now, and this is number 32. 5, 6, 51, 5 plus 1, 6, 2 plus 6, 8. All right, so I'm gonna read it this way. Here and now, there's nowhere you need to be but here and now. You're never in the past, you're never in the future. I know. I've heard that before. What does that mean? Notice if you are living, notice your fears, what worries you. Notice what worries you, what overwhelms you, what stresses you out. Because most of the time, when you're in that field of stress and worry and guilt and that, and that's, you are in this, you're not in present moment. Because if you come back into the here and now, without the worries, without the stress, without the worry of what happened in the past, the thing that you feel guilty about, the thing that you should have done, haven't done, and all the would, should, whatever they are, and the stress of the future. How am I going to get there? How am I going to get more money? How am I going to get promotion? How am I going to find the love of my life? How am I going to, all of that, right? Without all the worries and the stress. What do you feel right now? Who are you in this present moment? What is really going on in this present moment? You can say, you're watching me right now. That's here and now. That's the present moment. Are you breathing? Are you living? Can you smile? Without the worries and the stress, here and now, you're okay. You're living. You're alive. I wonder if there's a shock that just happened recently, or looking at this, the organization of the card, I wonder if a shock is coming. And a shock is coming because it wants to remind you that there is nothing that is more precious than the present moment. Because the shock wants to kind of like resuscitate you, remember like people when, if you see medical drama and they kind of like shock you so that the heart can come back to live, to life. Look at the heart. this needs to happen so that you can be awakened into your true self, into your life, into who you are, your soul, your living soul. Because the eggs, it's a symbolism of life. Because from the egg, life comes. From the eggs, chicken come. So the shock is reminding you that you are here to not only be worried or stressing out, that you are here for a reason. There's a purpose. So if you are getting this shock, yes, feel all the feeling, the frustration, the sadness, the madness, the can't believe this is happening to me. Give that your full attention. Feelings want to be felt. Emotions here to be felt. So allow those to come through. Find a safe space. Work with safe people like therapists, coaches, healers that can create safe space for you to feel the feelings and process those emotions. Because the gems is in the present moment. That's where this is going to evolve. And boundaries. I like the way that the boundary symbol is like scary. Go away. I feel like this is the fierceness and the courage that you need to give yourself to put into place, because maybe all this time you've been very, 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 very loose in your boundaries, that you let yourself be taken advantage of, people taking your power, taking use of your own life force for their benefit. And it's not their fault. You give it away. You have no boundaries, thus you give it away. And it's not your fault either, because you just don't know it. Because you don't have strong enough love for yourself, that you believe that love comes from other people say I love you to you. Love comes for other people to accept, acknowledge, and love you. While in fact, love is what you feel inside of you, the love that you give yourself. Because when you love yourself, you will not put yourself in harm's way. You will not put yourself in a situation where other people can take advantage of you. When you love yourself, you will not give people the responsibility to make you happy, because nobody can make you happy but you. If you really love yourself, you do not give other people to make you feel so worthless. Because when you don't love yourself, you don't know your own worth, you don't know your own value. And that's why the shock needs to come, so that you can be courageous and put your boundaries up. Because who you are in the here and now, with your worries and your stress, is special. It's life. You're a life force. You're a life-giving force. You're here for a reason. And for you to come back to this, honor this love. Give yourself that shock into the heart to remind you to love yourself. Because that's your own responsibility, not other people. In fact, you might need to put up the boundaries so that you don't allow other people to take away what is precious to you. Your presence, who you are, your life force, and your life-giving force. Okay? Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy these messages and resonate with these messages, I would love to hear in the comment down below, and click like and follow my channel. And if you don't resonate, thank you for listening. Take what you can, leave behind the rest. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.